Hello friends, today is our lecture number 7 and today we are starting with the discussion of RTP May 2020 exam. Okay, let's go ahead friends. We are on amendment batch 3 as all of you are aware, and just for your reminder, we are on page number 76 of your SCM and P amendment batch 3. Okay, page 76. In the beginning there are some theory questions. There is a case scenario. I have told you case scenario is a smaller case study, so it is just a theory part which you can read along with the solution, right? So we are only discussing the practical questions. So it is question 1, case scenario. It is based on what? Gain sharing arrangement. Then question 2 is again another case scenario. That is on the topic of cost management in specific sector. Okay, so you will read it, read the question and read the answer. So you have to develop a little habit of essay writing for this subject now, that is for SCM and PE. Question 3 is a case study, so it's a bigger one probably. Topic is 5S, the 5 Japanese letters, if you remember, 5S. For workplace management. So it is question on 5S, one of the lean systems. Right. Question 4 is on performance measurement. Now, this question is also a theory question actually on performance measurement. See, in this question I think they have given you, this is based on your balance scorecard, right? They have given you some actual data and the target, right? So you have to compare the actual performance with the targeted performance and write down your comments. So some data is readily given in the question. You just compare the two data and offer your comments. So it is just the question is examine the performance of the RB Singer in 2019 by comparing the data. So there is no calculation as such, but there is a lot of comparison and giving the report, comparison report, performance report. Now please correct one error here, printing error. On which page? Page 84. On page 84, please correct one printing error. See this figure. In learning and growth perspective, this figure 1050 got printed in the same column. So it is 1000 and then in next column it should be 1050. Okay. So this 1050 figure should be here. Please correct it. So it is 1000 in the actual column and 1050 in the target column. Okay. That is number of employees trained to instruct retailers. This data. Okay. I hope you have done the correction. In the question, and the what is asked at the bottom is that you have to examine the performance by comparing the actual data and estimated data or targeted data. This is again the theory answer. I hope correction is done on page 84, or should I repeat it again? If you are not on that page, on page 84 you have to do this correction here, right? 1000 and 1050. Now question 5 is on gain sharing arrangement. Let me check what type of question it is. Okay, it is again a theory question, my dear friends. Though it is written gain sharing arrangement, you have to just analyze the performance similar to the previous question based on 2 years data. So again some data is given, summary data from the management accounts for year ending 2019 and year ending December 2018, and based on this data you have to prepare a report. See what is asked: analyze Spicy's performance for the year ended 31st December 2019. So again comparison, observation and writing a answer. So on performance measurement again, right? That is performance measurement. You have to just compare and same data you have to present and write down on different parameters how well the company is performing. Okay, so there is some practical question here. Question number 6 now. Topic outsourcing decision. So I'll read out this question. Question number 6. Mount Sports Manufacturing Facilities deals in manufacturing of sports articles. Although MSMF is major market player but can capture the market further. Currently, MSMF manufactures 5 types of badminton shuttle named as P101, P102, P103, 104 and 105. So name of the shuttles are 101, 2, 4, 3, 4, 5. Production facilities are limiting factor. Okay, production facility is a limiting factor, that is key factor at MSMF, that is Mount Sports. Production and marginal cost data of these 5 products are specified in the table below. So the data is given below. Production and marginal cost, that is variable cost data. Monthly production in units is given to you for all the 5, 1000, 1200, 2000, 3000 and 1500. Direct material cost rupees per unit is given. Direct labor cost rupees per unit is given, and variable production overheads rupees per unit is given. Right? If we take the total of this, you will get variable cost per unit. If required, we'll do that. Now, on drive to cost leadership strategy, MSMF is thinking to outsource some of the products. Outsource means getting it done from outside agency. Now, these are shuttles, right? Badminton shuttles. So, shuttles can be sourced from a well-established company, Protease. This is the company from where you will buy ready-made, right? By outsourcing your work at the following prices. So prices are given below. There is no tie-in between products. All products can outsource individually, and these costs are on CI basis. So you must be importing. In case of import, CI basis is cost, insurance and freight. At this price, the goods will land at your port, right? Your domestic port from the foreign company. So cost, insurance and freight. So that price is given at which the goods will land at your Indian port. Now what this sentence means, there is no tie-up between products and all products can outsource individually. It means it is not compulsory for you to buy all the products, all 5 products. There is no tie-up between them that along with 101 you'll have to buy compulsorily 103. You can outsource individually. It means out of 5 products, whichever product you like, you can outsource. It means some of the products you can manufacture on your own and some of the products you can outsource, means buy ready-made from outside agency, that is Protease. That is the meaning. Now outsourcing cost, that is buy-in cost, simply it is purchase price. If you buy from outside, what will be the purchase price? So this is purchase price. Outsourcing cost or purchase price is given for all the 5. So basically I think in this question we'll have to compare the variable cost of manufacture with cost of purchase. That is what it seems to be. Let's go ahead. Company-wide fixed overheads are rupees 15 lakhs each year. This is for the total entire company, 15 lakhs for a year. Out of which, okay, out of 15 lakhs, 2,40,000 is directly attributable to production of these 5 products on annual basis. Okay, out of 15 lakh, 2,40,000 is attributable only to production of these 5 products. Means these are specific overheads. These fixed overheads of rupees 2,40,000 is evenly split across such 5 products and entirely avoidable. Okay, it is avoidable fixed cost, my dear friends. Avoidable cost is a relevant cost. Unavoidable cost is irrelevant cost. It means this 2,40,000 for a year on annual basis, 2,40,000 per year is related only to 5 products, which will be evenly spread in those 5 products. So you'll have to split it in 5 products equally. And it is entirely avoidable, which simply means if you manufacture these 5 products, then only this cost will be incurred. If you don't manufacture, you can avoid this cost. So this will be relevant for decision making. Out of 15 lakh, 2,40,000 will be relevant, remaining will be irrelevant. Now till date, company doesn't have experience to outsource any element of production. Means till date you have not resorted to outsourcing. Means you are doing it for the first time. So if in the question they ask you some qualitative aspects, you have to ensure the qualitative aspects, that is other than financial aspects, when you outsource from an outside supplier. So this is the first time experience of outsourcing. Now Mr. Singh, who is newly appointed management accountant, bring a huge experience to the organization on cost control and reduction techniques. While discussing the possibility of outsourcing with CFO, Chief Finance Officer, Mr. Singh explained the limitation of outsourcing and also presents a white paper on gain sharing arrangement. Now this white paper is just a concept. When you present a detailed report, right, to anyone, wherein you lay down all the options with the data, then any such detailed report presented for taking decision is called white paper. So you should not worry much about that word. So he explained the limitation of outsourcing basically, and presents a white paper on gain sharing also. Gain sharing is one when you share some of part of the profits with your suppliers. That is called gain sharing arrangement, right? Which can be entered with supplier to whom outsourcing is considered. So probably he is giving you two choices. Instead of outsourcing, you can go for gain sharing with the same supplier. In that case, if our business grows, the supplier will also earn more. If we earn more, supplier will earn more. CEO, that is Chief Executive Officer, just entered into the office of CFO, where such discussion is ongoing, on verge of such discussion, but he heard about gain sharing arrangement and curious to know further about the same. This gain sharing arrangement we have discussed in our regular batch also. Now required. What is the question? CEO post presentation / discussion, means when your discussion or presentation got over, seeks report from Mr. Singh, that is management accountant, to recommend the product or products. Product in the bracket S means either few products or all products, more than one. So to recommend the product or products which should be outsourced. So he want from you the report that which product or more than one product should be outsourced. Report should also explain gain sharing arrangement. Now in that report, in which you will recommend the products to be outsourced, you will also explain the gain sharing arrangement along with aspects that MSMF need to consider, ensuring success of the gain sharing arrangement as part of outsourcing contract with Proteus. So second part is about comparison, comparing your outsourcing with gain sharing arrangement. So that would be again a theory report. Main mathematical calculation here is recommendation of which product to be outsourced. I think the logic will be, let us discuss the logic before going to the answer. We will have to calculate relevant cost of manufacturing and compare it with relevant cost of buying. And out of these, whichever is cheaper will be our answer. If manufacturing cost is cheaper, we will manufacture. If outsourcing is cheaper, we will outsource. So that way this question is simple. But in manufacturing cost, we have to consider this avoidable fixed overheads because they are relevant and they are specific to the production of these products, 5 products. So we'll just compare the cost of make and buy, relevant cost of making and buying. So check this calculation of 5 products. Monthly production. First of all, this is monthly data. Monthly production quantity is written down. Then direct material per unit, direct labor per unit, variable overheads per unit is copy pasted. These 3 are added. So you'll get marginal cost per unit. Now marginal cost per unit for production, marginal cost per unit into number of units to be produced. If you multiply this, please remember this is monthly production. If you multiply this, you will get total monthly variable cost. Then we'll have to take avoidable fixed overheads. Now please remember, avoidable fixed overheads given above was some 2,40,000, but it was I think for a year. Just let us check again. Yes, this 2,40,000 directly attributable on annual basis. So and it is to be shared equally. So I'm taking you back. So what we have to do, 2,40,000 per annum, but here the production is monthly. So first of all, 2,40,000 divided by 12 months. So it will be 20,000 per month and it is to be divided equally. So divided by 5, right? So it will get distributed between 5 products equally. That is what is written in the question. So it will become 4,000 for each product. Sorry, 4,000. So that is how this 4,000 monthly fixed overheads are written in everybody's column. right? 20,000 total per month divided over 5 products. And if you add these relevant costs together, right, if you add them together, you will get the total monthly production in-house cost, total monthly cost for production in-house. If we produce, what will be the cost? Now, outsourcing cost, that is purchase price, this is copy pasted, and this purchase price is multiplied by monthly quantity, means this. So this purchase price multiplied by this monthly quantity, so you will get total monthly cost of outsourcing. And now we have to compare these two to find out which is cheaper. So let us compare these two. In case of P101, I think this, first I will delete this much data. Now, in case of P101, this product, you will notice this is cheaper. Means production in-house is cheaper than outsourcing if you compare it with outsourcing. So P101 should be manufactured. P102, if you check, this is cheaper. Outsourcing is cheaper. P103, manufacturing is cheaper. P104, outsourcing is cheaper. And P105, manufacturing is cheaper. So here you can give the report, 3 products to be manufactured and 2 products to be outsourced. That is what you will recommend. And then you will give one theory answer also, that is gain sharing arrangement. So this is what answer must have been written. And there are some issues related to outsourcing and gain sharing which you can read. Okay. So that way it was simple. Mathematical calculation was simple. I think what you will find difficult is preparation of report, because we have lost the habit of writing basically. So you'll have to think, analyze and write down the report, prepare the report in points format. So that is going to be a tiring job. For even if I would have been a student, it is a tiring job for me also, and it will be for you also. So very few people out of total number of students, hardly 5% students would be good in writing the theory or writing the reports. If in the office you are writing the report, you can do that. So remaining is the report, and the contents of the report will be around the same. You have to develop the report on the same points, but the sequence may change, your explanation may slightly change. Everybody's report will look slightly different. We go ahead to question number 7 on customer relationship management. Can't help, you can, those who are weak in theory can avoid the theory question as much as possible, but you cannot avoid it fully, because the questions are combined. Part of the question is theory, part of the question is practical. So I don't think you can avoid it fully. So you have to be prepared to write some part of theory. Those who are weak in theory, those who love theory will get a lot of chance to write the theory answers. But those who are weak in theory, and majority of the students are weak in writing theory, or basically weak in writing itself, they have to select the questions from the question paper in such a manner that they attempt more of practical questions in the beginning, and they keep the theory, case scenario, case study at the end. Okay. Anyway, that you also know. It's nothing that I am telling you anything extra or new. Let us not waste time. Go to question 7 on customer relationship management, called as CRM. Jawahar Stationery Mart, JSM, is located in center of city X and popular for wide range of stationery products at competitive rates. Box files and Cobra files, you must have used them in the offices, right? Box file and the spring file is called Cobra files. Box files and Cobra files are among the major products of JSM. JSM clients majorly include medium and large corporate offices, apart from reasonable base of retail clients. Mr. Rohit, who done his masters in operations and marketing, recently joined the family business JSM. Mr. Rohit, you can Ronit, I think, not Rohit. Mr. Ronit, during first week itself, identify there are regular complaints from corporate clients regarding delivery of items which are different from what is ordered. So majority of the corporate clients are saying that we ask for something else and you deliver something else, and for not meeting the requirement, or they doesn't meet their requirement. Mr. Ronit understands consumer behavior is very critical in nature. If understood well and used throughout the business operation, it can be key success factors. Hence, with intent to establishing the integrated relations with customers at JSM, Mr. Ronit advised marketing team to start recording the date, not date, it should be data, I think. Start recording the data. Please correct the spelling. To start recording the data regarding customer in systematic manner and reporting the same. So some data is recorded and given to you. Following is information regarding 5 major customers, 5 big customers who are regularly order printed Cobra files, product code some J Cobra 10 from JSM. Okay, so data of 5 customers is given. I think you'll have to do the customer profitability analysis, most probably, it seems so. So you have to do the comparison. We have some similar questions in our regular batch notes also, if you refer. Particulars, please remember A, B, C, D, E are not products. A, B, C, D, E are customers. Your major customers. Okay, so they are customers. Now number of units sold to them, margin per unit. Okay, margin per unit is already given. So it seems to be around contribution margin or gross margin per unit. Number of purchase orders, number of deliveries which you made, and kilometers per delivery is given. Okay, that is distance traveled per delivery. Okay, cost of processing the order is INR, that is Indian rupee 2000 per order, and cost of handling material is Indian rupee INR 0.15 per item, whereas transport cost is 3 per kilometer for delivery of goods, 3 per kilometer. 3 rushed deliveries means urgent deliveries made to B, customer B. Cost for rush delivery is INR 800 per delivery. Okay, this is the data. And what is required? Let us check. Required is analyze customer profitability of JSM. Okay, so my guess was correct. Analyze the customer wise profitability of JSM. And second question is explain 3 fundamental aspects of CRM, that is customer relationship management, to facilitate building relationship with profitable customers. Means how you will build the relationship with profitable customers, you have to give at least 3 aspects. So you'll again notice that one is practical question, one is theory question. Now second part is a theory question. How you will build the relationship with the profitable customer. And first part, analyzing customer profitability, involves certain working. Are there more questions? No. Only 2 questions. So naturally we'll discuss first part of the question. Second part is a theory one. I'll discuss it from here only. How we'll get customer profitability. Right. According to me, what we have to do as margin per unit is given. Margin per unit into number of units. You'll get total margin. Means you can say gross margin or gross profit earned from each customer. Number of units into margin per unit. Are you getting that? After calculating that gross profit margin, we will deduct the remaining cost. Now in remaining cost, what we'll have to do? See, this number of purchase order multiplied by ordering cost per order. So 2000 rupees per order into number of orders you will multiply and you will write it down. Then second cost is material handling 0.15 per item. So 0.15 per item into number of items you will multiply. So this cost you will get. Then transport cost is 3 per kilometer. Okay, 3 per kilometer. Please remember, here kilometers are given, but they are given per delivery. So what you will do? That is 100 kilometers per delivery into 3 deliveries. So total kilometers will be 300 and 300 then into 3. So 3 per kilometer into number of kilometers per delivery into number of deliveries you have to multiply to get that cost. Okay. And then 3 rushed deliveries to B only, and cost per rush delivery is 800. So 800 into 3, that is 2400. This you will charge only to customer B. And all these costs you will deduct from your gross profit margin and you will get the net profit or loss as the case may be. At the most you can calculate the profit percentage, but how you will calculate profit percentage? Sales price is not given. Otherwise we would have calculated profit percentage of sales. Let us see what institute has done. Okay, so this is margin, number of units sold into margin per unit, that is okay. Then this cost of processing orders, product handling cost, right, and delivery cost, cost of rush delivery. This total cost B is deducted from A, that is margin. I think B customer is making a loss. and remaining are profitable customers. And how the percentage is calculated? Profit divided by net revenue. Okay, now this is the way institute writes. Actually, it is profit divided by your gross margin. Gross margin, they are calling it as net revenue. That is net revenue left after expenses. So just try on calculator. 14,200 divided by 36,000, whether it tallies. 14,200 divided by 36,000 into 100. Yeah, 39.44. That is correct. So they have calculated profit percentage as this profit divided by that gross margin. And then analysis report is written, that who is the most profitable, who is least profitable, who is loss making. So you will find the report based on this calculation. So you can read that report now. So you have to first prepare the profitability report and then do the comparison of the profitability of these customers. Okay, so this is the analysis report. And this is the second part of the answer on customer relationship management. Okay, let's go ahead. We go to question number 8. Question 8. Pearson Metal and Motor Works, right? PM2W. Okay, we'll call it as Pearson. That will be easier to pronounce. So Pearson Metal and Motor Works deals in manufacturing of copper wired electronic motor, which is specifically designed. Pearson is thinking to shift from traditional system to JIT system as a part of process innovation, from traditional to JIT. CEO, among the other top bosses at Pearson, are hopeful that implementation of JIT will not only improve value in value chain for end customer, but also improve overall manufacturing cycle efficiency. Okay, manufacturing cycle efficiency, if you remember, MCE, manufacturing cycle efficiency. JIT pre-implementation team was formed to evaluate the probabilities which collect following actual and estimated data about processes. There are 4 activities in the manufacturing process. Under traditional system, the actual data is given, and JIT system, the estimated data, because they are planning to shift to JIT, so they have estimated some data. On 4 activities, how much? What is that? Okay, this data is in minutes. Check here, data is in minutes. So this is the time spent. On inspection activity, at present you are spending 40 minutes. Under JIT system, you will spend 30 minutes. For storage, you are spending actually 80 minutes. Later on, you will be spending only 20 minutes, because in JIT the storage cost gets storage activities substantially reduced. You produce only as much as you can sell, and you purchase the material as much as you need it. On moving also, from 20 minutes it will go down to 10 minutes. And processing, that is actual processing time, production time, from 60 minutes at present will go down to 40 minutes. Okay. So naturally there will be substantial reduction in time, and this time is in minutes. All the data is in minutes, actual and estimated under JIT. Let us see what it says. Further, Pearson decided to practice a single piece flow under JIT, right? One piece flow manufacturing. You have discussed this concept in the regular batch, right? Continuous flow, single piece flow manufacturing under JIT. Pearson received an order which is due to manufacture and delivered for 10 such motors. So we have received an order and we have to deliver 10 motors, means quantity 10. Total available production time to produce what customer demands is 480 minutes. Means to satisfy this demand of the customer, the total available time is 480 minutes, out of which normal practice is that 30 minutes will be spent in shutdown and cleaning. So out of 480 minutes, your normal practice is to spend 30 minutes in shutting down and cleaning. So 30 minutes are gone out of 480 minutes. CEO is also considering JIT purchase apart from JIT production. So CEO is considering the purchase on JIT basis along with JIT production. Okay, only this much is the data. Required. Explain just in time. So okay, first question is again a theory question. You have to explain what is just in time system, right? So you can quote about just in time production also and just in time purchase also. So this is theory part. Then calculate the takt time and interpret the result. This is something new. Takt time. I'll discuss it. And then 3 is advise whether company should shift to JIT. I think based on the data which is given to us above, one has to shift to JIT because you are saving a lot of time. And there is no much data available in the question, I think. Okay, there is just a small story, and from traditional to JIT system, the time is reducing. Okay, there is not much of the data. So advise whether the company should shift. I think without reading, I can tell you that yes, we should shift to JIT because a lot of time will get saved and you will be producing faster. So third part again will be theory. Now second part seems to be little interesting about the takt time and interpret the result. Now my dear friends, I have searched the module of Institute, ICAI module. This concept is not available in ICAI module anywhere. It's not available, nowhere written in the ICAI module. You can check takt time. So even I don't know what it means. So I had to do little research and could catch hold of some information about what is this takt time, which I will discuss along with the answer of your question. So we'll discuss that takt time. So let's go ahead, my dear friends. Just understand this data. Okay. Or I'll tell you right now what is this takt time. Takt time is the time available to satisfy the demand of customer. It gives you how much is allowable time if you want to satisfy the demand of a customer, and between 2 units how much time is available, means for time is available for each unit is how much. Now just to give you the example, just to take the example, because this concept is not in the module, so you'll have to search elsewhere, right? So I had done the search and what I have understood I'm explaining to you. For example, let us say there is a doctor and he attends to his clinic around for 8 hours. 8 hours he attends the clinic, out of which 8 hours, 1 hour he spends in his let us say lunch and breakfast and other things, and 1 hour goes in his administrative work. It means effectively he works every day for 6 hours. Let us assume so. Effectively works for 6 hours out of total 8 hours which he has devoted for the clinic. So this 6 hours means effective 6 hours are effective time. So 6 hours into 60 minutes, right, will become 360 minutes effective time for which he will work. I hope you are getting my point. There is a doctor who spends 8 hours in the clinic, out of which 2 hours are lost in some other activities, administration activity, eating and others. 6 hours he works effectively, that is 360 minutes he has. And suppose he has to attend 60 patients in 360 minutes. How many patients he has to attend? 60. So 360 minutes divided by 60 patients. So how much time he has per patient? So he has 6 minutes per patient. Means on an average he should finish the consultation with the patient in 6 minutes. Because after 6 minutes another patient may come in. This 6 minute time available per patient, if you want to handle 60 patients, is called takt time. If your patients reduces, then takt time will increase. Suppose you have only 20 patients to see in a day and you have got 360 minutes to look after 20 patients. So your takt time will become, instead of 6 minutes, it will become 18 minutes. So you can devote 18 minutes per patient. You getting it? That is the concept of takt time. You can apply it in your exam also. In exam you have got 3 hours. And I hope all 3 hours you will be sitting in the exam also. Entire 3 hours are effective hours. 3 hours into 60 minutes. So you have got 180 minutes in the exam. 180 minutes for writing 100 marks paper. It means for each mark you have got 1.8 minutes per mark. The time available with you is 1.8 minutes per mark. So if the question is for 20 marks, then what you should do? 1.8 minutes into 20 marks. It means for 20 marks question, you can spend how much time? 36 minutes. That is how it is. So this 1.8 minutes per mark is a takt time. That is available time for each unit or gap between 2 units or 2 marks. That is the concept. Let us see the answer. First question is explain JIT, which is explained here, which you can go through. We have discussed JIT system at length in the classroom. Then this is number 2. It is defined by institute. Let us see institute's definition in RTP, not in the module. Takt time is the maximum available time to meet the demand of the customer. This will help to decide the speed of manufacturing facility, at what speed you have to produce, how much time you have, right? At what speed you have to look at the patient. Takt time is the average time between the start of production of one unit and the start of production of next unit. Means time available between two units. One unit completed, another unit started. That is average time per unit basically. It is average time per unit. When these production starts are set to match the rate of customer demand. Means what speed you have to set for production to match the customer demand if you want to fulfill the customer's demand. This is the way institute has explained. Takt time, that is available production time divided by total quantity required. Here available production time is total available time for production minus planned downtime, that is time spent on shutdown and cleaning. If you remember, we were given I think 480 minutes a day. Should I take you back to the question? Where is that? Yeah, we have got 480 minutes total time, out of which 30 minutes will be lost on shutdown and clearing. So effective time will be 450. Okay, so I'll take you back. So effective time is 450 minutes, that is 480 minutes total time minus 30 minutes lost. And the customer has demanded 10 units. So in 450 minutes you have to produce 10 units. So on an average you have 45 minutes per unit. That is what average time was written between two units you produce. So you have to see to it that you complete the production of one unit in 45 minutes. If you do that, then only you can fulfill the customer demand, right? So to fulfill the demand of 10 units you have 450 minutes. So average time per unit available is called takt time. So new word is only given, right? Must be a Japanese word it seems. And see one interesting note. This note is how to pronounce it. It's a Japanese word. Henjunka can be applied in order to reduce variation between talk time over the production. Now I had to search for this word also, Japanese word, because it's not in the module again. It is basically leveling of your production speed and the speed at which customer is demanding. It means you have to readjust, re-level or reshuffle your production in such a manner that you are able to fulfill the demand of the customer. Like this is your takt time, is time available to produce one unit. But suppose if your actual time of production is coming 52 minutes, it means you are able to produce one unit in 52 minutes. In that case, you won't be able to fulfill the demand of the customer. So what you'll have to do then, you'll have to identify the time wasters and you'll have to remove the time wasters and bring it back to 45 minutes. So Henjunka is one of the tools in your lean production system only, which will help you to identify the wastage of resources and time. And you have to take suitable actions so that your actual production time and takt time will match, right? Means you will be able to produce and fulfill the order of the customer. That is what I have noticed after doing certain research. Okay, so it is one of the technique of lean production, and Japan is the country which is very ahead in lean production system. Okay, and then that has been interpreted. Let us see what is the interpretation of that takt time. Customer's demand is 10 units. To calculate the takt time, divide the available production time in minutes by the total quantity required. The takt time would be 45 minutes. This means that process must be set up to produce one unit every 45 minutes. Naturally, you have to set up your production process in such a manner that you manufacture one unit in 45 minutes throughout the time available. As the order volume increases or decreases, takt time may be adjusted so that production and demands are synchronized. Naturally, if your order volume increases, what will happen? Takt time per unit will decrease. And if your order volume decreases, takt time per unit will increase. And accordingly, you have to adjust your production schedule, right? So that you can fulfill the demand. And then this is the advice on shifting to JIT. There's some mathematical calculation. Okay, process cycle efficiency is calculated here. That is value added time divided by total cycle time. I think this is very simple. Out of the total time, that was copy pasted from the table of the question, your inspection, storage, moving, processing time, out of which processing time is the only value added time. and the total of the entire production cycle time is 200. So 60 minutes is value added time out of 200 minutes, right? Your manufacturing cycle efficiency, formula of manufacturing cycle efficiency. So 30% is the effective time you are using, and at a JIT system the total of the time is 100 minutes. It was here 200, out of which processing time is 40. So 40 minutes is value added time out of total time spent 100, so it is 40%. So your efficiency has also gone up, manufacturing cycle efficiency. That is the calculation, and you have to write the note in favor of JIT system. Let's go ahead. Question 9, based on theory of constraints, it's a duplicate or same question. I have written a note, exactly same question we have covered in the classroom in volume 1 notes of version 3. Same question as question 16 from page 48, hence not written here, deleted to avoid duplication. Exactly same thing covered in regular batch notes. Question 10 also it seems to be covered. Koni Limited based on Kuala Lumpur. Exactly same question here again. I have written a note. This reference is given from version 3 notes, volume 2 version 3 notes, question 49 from page 225. Hence again deleted. Okay, so this RTP we could complete today because there was not much of the matter to discuss. 2 questions were duplicate questions which we have covered in regular batch, that is question 9, 10. Out of remaining question, practical part was lower and remaining was the theory part. So friends, here we'll stop for the day. So there is something else left to be discussed. Yeah, additional questions from ICI website. Okay, so this will be our next lecture. I think next lecture will be lecture number 8 if I mistake not. Today's is lecture number 7. So in lecture number 8 we will discuss these additional questions from ICAI website. Okay, so I'll stop here for the day. See you in the next lecture. Okay, bye bye.